Lee Watson asked me if I would come here tonight and talk to you folks about geriatric dating. Now, I don't know what you ever did to him, but here I am. Well, it all started last January. I was sitting on my sofa, eating a chocolate zinger, drinking a Diet Pepsi, watching a rerun of the Golden Girls on TV. In this episode, Sophia, you know, she's the old lady on the show, well, she had gotten herself a date. He was a fine-looking man, too. Kind of a cross between Cary Grant and Grandpa Walton. I said, well, she can get herself a date, so can I. So I set out to get myself a date for Valentine's Day. Now, at age 85, getting a date's not as easy as it sounds. Because although I realize there are plenty of fish in the sea, the fact is, my bait is not what it used to be. My body has fallen into a gravity cavity. I used to have an hourglass figure. Now all of the sand keeps settling at the bottom. I used to be a 38D. Now I'm more of a 44 long. I'm not much for dieting, you know. I get that from my mother. Because when I was a kid, there were only two things on my mama's menu. Take it or leave it. That's pretty much how I am today. I don't worry about saturated fat. I don't worry about unsaturated fat. I just eat what I want, and then I let the Lipitor fight it out. Because I firmly believe if you are in good health, not even a double cheeseburger can kill you. Well, I thought if I'm going on a date, I should probably get myself a new dress, so I went to Macy's. I told the sales clerk, I need a dress for a date. And the sales clerk said, well, I think this dress will do you justice. I said, honey, I'm not interested in justice. I want mercy. Well, I bought the dress, and I started thinking about how I should go about getting a date. You see, I'm a widow. My husband, Charles, passed away some years ago. It's okay, honey. He didn't die of anything serious. Charles was a kind but lazy man. His mama told me he was 5 years old before he learned how to wave bye-bye. And when he was a kid, his folks moved around a lot, but he always found them. Slow but sure, that was Charles. He was not the brightest light on the porch, more like a 25-watt bulb on a dimmer. And of course, when we got married, he didn't know nothing. I had to send him to a doctor. The doctor said, Charles, do you and your wife have mutual climax? He said, no, we're with State Farm. Well, now you can see what I was up against. Every time we went to a fancy restaurant and the receptionist would say, sir, do you have reservations? Charles would always answer, yes, we do. But we're going to eat here anyway. I said, Charles, why do you always have to show your ignorance? He said, well, what's the use of having something if you can't show it? That was Charles. But it's like I always say, it's better to have tolerated your husband than to have never loved at all. Well, I thought I should go about getting myself a date, and I didn't really know how, and then the cable guy came to fix my TV. There he was, knocking on my door, pounding on my door. He made so much noise, I finally did have to let him out. Do you know that Comcast almost canceled my subscription over that? But he gave me an idea, so I decided to sign up for eharmony.com. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that the internet can be a very scary place. Tell me about it. I swear I'll never go on eBay drunk again. Well, I emailed my photo and I wrote out my ad. It said, wanted, 75-year-old stud for fun and romance. Viagra patients welcome. You know, eHarmony sent back my photo with a note that said, "We're not that lonely." Well, then one day I decided to go down to the senior center and I found myself a date. We had dinner together on Valentine's Day and we have been dating ever since. So in closing, I'd just like to say, at last, I have found the perfect date. I could not ask for more. He's deaf and dumb and oversexed, and he owns a liquor store. And that's what I know about geriatric dating. Madam Toastmaster.